Hey race fans, this is Chet Christner with your CompCam's top 5 moments on FloRacing from this past week.
Into lap traffic they go. And oh, trouble! Tucker Clark!
It's off to Spoon River Speedway for our number 5, where Contact sends Tucker Clark into a Joey Chitwood thrill show of a ride on the front chute that leaves him lopsided and alone. Meanwhile, in the modified feature, Trevor Neville ripped his nose skirt off and tomahawked it into Kenny Wallace's rock screen. Kenny calmly grabbed it, pulled it through, and disposed of it on the racetrack and never even lost a spot. Just another day in the office. Final lap, Mike McKinney just barely holds off Tyler Nicely to pick up the win.
Billy Jr., lane or two off the bottom. Alex Bright sees an opening, but he can't get there. Whoa, 2 cars going over.
Number 4 happens at Kutztown, Pennsylvania's Action Track USA. In speedster action, Steve Buckwalter and Tom Mayberry touch, sending Mayberry into the stratosphere and both of them for a rough tumble. The real highlight of the evening, however, is Steven Snyder Jr. and Briggs Daniel are waging war in the waning laps of the 600 microsprint feature. Behold this awesomeness.
Meanwhile, Slider for the lead. Oh, they get together. Wow, what a great job to hang on to the race cars. Snyder back in front. Danner with a nose in front of him in 3 and 4. Snyder off the bottom. Oh, baby, final lap. Snyder to the lead on the backstretch. Danner will not be able to get under him. Steven Snyder wins a classic here at Action Track USA.
Swanson's going to force the issue side-by-side. Drag race to the line. Cody Swanson, your new race leader.
That's where he made the best with the Indy Pro Series race a year ago. Boy, these two are really going at it.
It's off to Indianapolis Raceway Park for our number 3, where Bobby Santos III wraps up the win in the midgets and then proceeds to roll from the pole into Silver Crown feature. 100 laps the distance, and Santos would lead the first 72 circuits around the famed oval when 6-time Silver Crown champ Cody Swanson sweeps to the outside and into the lead. Santos quickly strikes back and regains the point. Swanson would continue to pester Santos to the very end, but Bobby would take the win and sweep the Carb Night Classic.
He pulled into the spot of the 16 car and now has to go around McKennedy, the race leader, with a critical error.
It's back to the Keystone State for our number 2, where John McKennedy is leading the wheel and modified feature at Jennerstown Speedway. Caution's out on lap 50, and John heads for the pits with the majority of the field in tow. Much to his chagrin, he overshoots his pit box and actually parks in somebody else's. That mistake would send him back around and basically back to the tail of the field. Closing laps, and Tyler Ripkema's showing the way with Mike Christopher Jr. peeking to the outside. Ripkema takes him up high and forces Christopher to retreat. Mike drops back, rolls up his sleeves, and goes to work, picking Ripkema's pocket to the inside and taking the lead with 11 to go. The nephew of the late Ted Christopher would lead the rest of the way for his first ever wheel and modified tour win and only his 3rd career start.
Macri's right there. DeWeese holding him off. It's the veteran versus the young gun. Macri again down to the inside.
This time by, white flag is out, 1 more lap to go. Who's going to win the Bob Weichert Memorial night number 1? Battle for the lead in the 1. Here comes Letts. He drives slow. Does he try to put a slide job on Macri? Has it by a nose off 2. No, Macri drives back by side for the win.
Oh my, final 2 left-hand turns. Does DeWeese leave the door open? Macri off the fence, a drag race to the line. The Concrete Kid wins at Port Royal.
In 2 days, the Tezos All-Star Circuit of Champions action at the Speed Palace is our number 1. Day 1 is a battle for the ages between Anthony Macri and Hall of Famer Lance DeWeese. DeWeese is up front, speculating what Macri may have up his sleeves when Anthony fires one across the bow of the 69K. DeWeese is able to turn it back to the inside and gets right back into the lead. Next trip around, DeWeese goes low and Macri, surprise, stays up high, cruising a cushion, tight to the tail tank of DeWeese. With Lance a bit of a sitting duck up front, Macri goes into Ali mode, floating like a butterfly out of 2 and stinging like a bee into 3. On to the point for Macri, but DeWeese isn't done yet and jets back to the inside. Macri, with a throttle full promise, keeps it pinned on the outside and blazes back around DeWeese and on to the win on night 1 of the Weichert Memorial Weekend. On Sunday, the gloves came off, and Macri would handily go back-to-back to take the $29,000 win and grab another bull by the horns for the Bob Weichert finale.